Welcome and all American Cartel members. Thanks for joining me. My name is Julio, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today, we're going to talk about Shaq trying to cancel a gorilla in a zoo, or gorillas at zoos, I guess. I don't know. It's really confusing to me, this woke crowd, or this social justice crowd, or whatever you want to call them. But let's dig into this story and see what Shaq is talking about. Miami Zoo executive explains why gorillas freak out when they see Shaquille O'Neal. The gorilla gets intimidated and he looks at Shaq and thinks that Shaq is going to take away his girls. Now, how that is not racist is beyond me. To me, all monkeys look like humans. You got the orangutans that look like light-skinned humans, and then you got they're all different shades. Well, I don't get why people single out black people as looking like monkeys or apes or whatever. It's pretty silly to me, but I'm just raised different, I guess. So anyway, Shaquille O'Neal is one of the funniest personalities in the NBA world. Shaq is incredibly charismatic, and a large part of that charisma is his sense of humor. O'Neal has great stories and could put a humorous twist to all the stories that he has to tell. One particular story Shaq told recently caught a lot of fans' attention. Now, I do believe Joe Rogan is a comedian, and he tells jokes as well. And he's pretty charismatic. I could be wrong. Shaquille O'Neal recently told a hilarious story where he shared his experience at zoos. Shaq noted that he went to many zoos across his life, and every time he encounters the gorillas in captivity, they seem to have a strange and agitated reaction to him, almost as if they see him as one of them. Now, he's obviously calling them a racist. They're prejudice, or I don't know what he's trying to get out here. Hey, true story. This is a quote from Shaquille O'Neal. I promise you, I went to every zoo in the world. I've been to every zoo in the world, and every time I go to the gorilla section, they look at me like, hey man, where your fur at? Nah, for real, for real. That's how they look at me. And then they also look at me like, hey, what am I doing in here and you out there? Then they always go crazy when they see me outside. I promise you. I promise you. And now it appears a Miami Zoo executive has corroborated Shaq's story. He noted that whenever gorillas at the zoo saw Shaquille O'Neal, they felt intimidated by his presence and thought that he would try to take their partners. But he did note that they eventually would settle down. The gorilla gets intimidated and he looks at Shaq and thinks that Shaq is going to take away his girls, and he gets tight-lipped and tries to stand up and make himself look as big as possible. But at the end of the day, the gorilla backs off. He knows who's boss. Now, are their story? I just don't get it. I mean, this executive better be black. I know that much, or else he's in clear danger of being canceled. Clearly, O'Neal seems to have a lot of power over the gorillas, but it appears they don't try to confront him. Regardless of his interactions with the gorillas, Shaq seems to quite like them, as he has gone out of his way to go to the zoo and interact with them wherever he is. Hopefully, we can eventually see the interaction between Shaq and gorillas on camera. After all, while these comments do prove that Shaq was telling the truth, it would be quite funny to actually see the two sides actually interact on camera and see whether it really happened. I think we should cancel everybody at this point. You know what I mean? The Rock's about to get canceled too for going against Rogan. I mean, this is a mess. Anyway, to God be the glory, y'all.